All right, we're recording. All right. Hey, everybody. I am excited about tonight. I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet just to give you guys some information and go over a handful of things. We are at a really pivotal spot. So I thought, it's just a great opportunity for us to kind of jump on and connect really quickly leading into this, not next weekend, but the weekend after that. So we have 2 weeks to really prepare hardcore for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I have noticed that our chat has been a little bit quiet, our groups have been a little bit quiet, and things have felt a little bit, I don't even know what the word I want to use besides quiet, but I want to encourage each of you to really utilize this time to be prepared for what's coming. So I want to tell you what I've been doing and maybe give you guys some ideas and really talk about some of the resources that are available to you guys, because some of the questions that have been coming up, like I feel like there's a lot of resources that are available that maybe people haven't dug into as much as they could and have them, there's just so much stuff out there. So I wanted to just touch base. I hope that you are okay with me doing that with you tonight. So first, I want to make sure that you guys, I know that newbie Bible, I updated that when all of us kind of rallied and got the new chat going and all the things going. I made some updates in there. And so that newbie Bible that's in the file section of Elite Legacy is all updated with new stuff. The only thing that's not updated in there is Elite Accountability. Okay, so take note to that. That's not on the list because prior to that, we weren't really using that. We were kind of using Simple Clean Results as everything. And being able to offer more targeted events for existing customers was something that I thought was really useful for all of us. And that's when Elite Accountability came into play. But everything else in that newbie Bible, as far as groups that you are using, in the groups, and actually, like when we have somebody brand new start, and I see a couple brand new people on here, and I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. I've made all these notes and I'm not looking at my notes. So just be prepared for a Daphne style Zoom here tonight. This is the perfect time for every single one of us to relaunch our business. I don't care if you have been steady, consistent, and never let off that freaking pedal, you can still call it a relaunch. Okay? Like, how exciting is that you can just decide today that you're going to get in there and be like, you know what? I'm going to do a live video, or I'm going to do a post, and I'm just going to say, I've been working my business really hard, or I haven't been working, whatever your situation may have been up until today, and say, guess what? You're going to see a brand new focused, more consistent, more whatever, Daphne, starting tomorrow, starting right now. So I'm excited for that. So you guys can create the excitement of a relaunch no matter what has been happening in your business. Now, for those of you that are brand new, it's your launch, right? So like, I want to do this like we are all brand new day one, right? So if you've been around for more than a week or a day, and you haven't printed off the that newbie Bible, I think it's like 13 or 15 pages. I know, it's paper. And some of us are like, I need no more papers on stacked papers, right? But the thing is if you printed that off and you 3-hole punched it and you put it into a binder and you had that little bit of a resource guide, even if you don't use it all that frequently, if you had that resource guide available to you at your fingertips, you'll be surprised at how handy it is. I'm not the paper kind, but I fell in love with that newbie Bible. So I just want you to kind of take notice of that and make sure that when you have somebody new coming in, that you're encouraging them to do the same thing and have that at their fingertips, okay? There's a couple other things that I think are really handy, and that would be, one is there's a daily checklist in there. And it's kind of a fill-in thing. And that's another thing that if you wanted to, if you're the paper kind, right? If you're green, sometimes the blues like to celebrate it. But if you print them off and it's a daily thing and you're actually filling in lines on a day and it gives you that sense of accomplishment, it's a good thing, okay? And for some, the other thing, if you're not the paper sort, print it off and laminate it. You guys, I have a laminator at my house that only cost $19, I think, at Walmart or something. Staples maybe, and the lamination sheets are a little bit expensive, but you get like 100 of them, and so they last forever. $28, I think, was my pack of 100 lamination sheets. You can laminate it, but you can also take it to Staples for like $2 and get it laminated. So if you don't have a laminator, then you still can find other ways to do it, and pin it up, you guys, or have it on a clipboard next to your desk and use dry erase markers daily. All right. It's just that sense of accomplishment that you're actually doing some tasks. Now, that isn't what works best for me, but I know there are several that it does work for. What works best for me is this sheet right here. Okay. And I'm going to explain to you why that works best for me and how I feel like it could work for everyone too, no matter what color personality you are, no matter what style learner you are. Okay. So this list, to the average person, even me, when you print it off, it's the weekly IPA tracker, income producing activities. Okay, and some of you have had one-on-ones with me already where we've talked about this tracker, and I'm going to talk about what I talked about with you, because I think this is really critical for everybody that's trying to find their daily method of operations, their DMO. Okay, so this sheet right here is overwhelming. There's a lot of things, and what happens is when we have 1,000,010 things to do, we don't know where to start, and we do none of them. It's just, that's human nature. So when I'm trying to help somebody brand new figure out what their DMO is, I'm still going to have them look at this, and I'm going to say, okay, if you had 5 things on this list that you could do every single day, what would they be? And then we can kind of look at these together and pick out 5 of them, and then we highlight them one color. So we're going to highlight those pink. That's what we're going to do every day. And then if you had additional time, like say that works into your 20 minutes that you have at lunchtime or whatever to do those 5 things, and you're going to commit to them every single day. And then what happens when you have extra time? What are the next 5 you would do if you had time to complete them? And then we're going to highlight those a different color. And then you can kind of repeat that down. So you're breaking this list down into chunks of 5. Okay? So now we're not looking at this big overwhelming list. We're looking at, okay, I checked off my pinks today because that's what I'm committing to. And then, okay, so orange is next. And guess what? I have extra time tonight because it's Sunday night. And then at the bottom, there's actually a place that says name of those you need to follow up with, new customers or social marketers, groups that you're going to interact in this week. And then at the end, how would you grade your week? And what am I going to do better next week? Guys, this is just something for you to look at your business. Now, the initial 5 things that you pick, those things, if you complete them every single day, eventually, not even eventually, within a week or 2, you're going to find that it doesn't take you as long to do those 5 things, okay? And they've become habit. So what's happening is consistent repeating of the same things, you're creating yourself some habits. And they're not going to take as long. So the next week when you pull out this IPA tracker, you might be able to pick 7 things that you're going to commit to. And if it takes you a couple weeks, if it takes you a month to grow your commitment, that's okay. But what we're doing is we're creating repetition, we're creating duplication, we're creating consistency. Okay, so I don't want you to get overwhelmed by feeling like you have to do all the things, but I do want you to find some things that you can commit to. Is that fair? Is that fair? I feel like that's like a pretty good thing. So this for me is like I have a stack of them. I print off a whole month at one time. Notice they're not in a binder because organization is not my strength. I'll be real clear with you. I had to go grab them off the notebook that I have on the couch because I was home by myself last night working from the couch. So okay, so we've got some guides, right? And so when somebody new is coming in, those are things that I would probably suggest walking them through and finding which of those things work best for them, right? And it doesn't have to be the same for all of us as long as we're creating that consistency and duplicatability. The hardest thing for me is to message people all day at work, so I need to start bringing that or something along this time. Okay, so I'm glad that you just said that. So this right here has become my lifesaver, and I know we've all seen videos. Allie, you were in Minnesota, and we talked about that there. This thing right here, and I know it's big, but this right here has saved every ounce of my life. So I spent like 4 hours, maybe collectively 4 hours, going back through every message I've ever sent since I started in this company in 2016. And I literally have like page upon page upon page of notes. But guess what? So after I got them all in this book, I started at the top and I started sending messages, and and I just started like notating dates like along here when I sent them a message, really tiny so that I can continue to put dates in there. But I all of a sudden have potentials back on the fence that were off the fence for a really long time. I have people that are asking to be put into new groups. Mind you, you guys, we have really great groups right now. If you've been around for a few months or longer, you've seen transition through some different groups, and we have really great groups right now. So if you were around 6 months ago and you ATM'd people into groups and you didn't do transition, this book can save your life. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, this is called the Adams Activity Log. It's from Amazon, and it is $10. $10 and some change. Okay, so it is, I don't really know what it was created for. I didn't really read anything about it. When somebody recommended it for $10, I was like, I'm going to try it. And guess what? If I'm out working on the couch, it's out there. If I'm at my desk, it's out here. If it goes with me wherever. So Allie, for you, this obviously isn't something that you could carry in your purse or have with you at every given moment. But the thing is if you came home from work every night and went back through your messenger for one day, it probably wouldn't take long to get them transposed into this book. And all I did was write names in here, you guys, because I work solely from Messenger. So I didn't write phone numbers. There is a spot for phone numbers. I'm sure you could add emails. You could add whatever you wanted in here. But it also talks about, like there's a follow-up column. I'm using subject and follow-up to write my little dates, just made my own little method. I don't think that there's any right or wrong way to use this, but what a great place. I don't know how many lines. There's 2,000 total entries, it says. So this could last a really freaking long time. I mean, I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to do something really great for myself when I have 2,000 leads in this book. Okay. I think that sounds like a really great goal, but what a great place to have it all in one, because prior to that, I had notebooks over there and notebooks over here, and I would just pick up a notebook and start keeping a list. Or, in Messenger, when you're first getting started, it's easy just to use Messenger. But as the chats grow and things grow, your messages get buried. I'm telling you, it took me hours to go back. So I would encourage you all to maybe invest in something like this, just because it is a really organized way instead of just a spiral notebook to keep all of your leads. The other thing I would say is we haven't really talked as a team about incentives in a long time, and I think that's probably a conversation for another time. But what a great incentive this would be if we mailed everybody that went gold or silver an activity log. You know what I mean? Like we used to do a very specific, like when you hit this is what you're going to get as an incentive. And so that's something we could also revisit at another time. There's one in Elite Legacy in Files, what we used to do. So you guys can take a peek at that if you want to, because there was specific personal development books and different things for different levels on both sides of the compensation plan. So, okay, so those were things that I for sure wanted to touch on tonight. The other thing I want to talk about is what we're doing with our leads right now. So I don't care. So I just did all that work like within the past few weeks to get all those names onto that list. And I'm messaging every single person right now. Now, if it's somebody I haven't talked to in eons and eons, and as I'm going to, and I, on my times when I'm like scrolling Facebook, let's be real, I am human. I do spend some time scrolling Facebook here and there, although we try to not do that, get lost in the scroll hole. It's real life, folks. You come across somebody and you're like, man, I would really like to reach out to them, add them to your list too. They might not be in your messages yet. But what happens, I just thought of something else. See, told you, Daphne form. Is we need to be reaching out to these people. And if you haven't talked to them in a little while, there's no harm in saying, going to their Facebook wall, look at what they've been up to, and just sending them a message and being like, hey, I know it's been forever. I would love to catch up. Period. Right? Nothing else, but you're going to start a conversation with them. Somebody brand new getting started, that's a great way too. Instead of feeling, I know I talked to a couple people that are like, man, I'm really struggling right now because of prior company experience on how to reach out in Messenger without feeling like I'm cold messaging like I used to. Now, I don't think that there's a really fine line of getting stuck in small talk and actually and looking shady because you get stuck in small talk and then there's no way to like transition it into business or product without looking shady. And another way of actually genuinely checking up with the person and being like, hey, you know what, I'm involved with something I'm really excited about, and your feedback or your thoughts on this would be really appreciated. I would love to share with you. There's nothing cold about that, you guys, as long as you're being genuine. But because of Black Friday right now, the more messages, the better. And if somebody, this is a great time to be reaching out and saying, I don't need you to do anything for me. I don't need you to buy from me today, but hey, you know what? I would kick myself if I didn't let you know that we have some amazing promotions coming out. Can I put you on my list to keep you updated with our specials coming up? Okay, when they say yes, obviously I would let them know, all right, I'm going to add you into our group at Simple Clean Results and keep you updated on all of the specials that are going to be rolling out in the next 3 months, right? We have 3 months of specials coming up, for those of you that don't know. If you're brand new or if you haven't been on a call that we've talked about it yet, Black Friday, last year Black Friday, M3, we didn't have Lean Body Sculpting System yet, but M3 was $112 for new customers and Trim was $75. So that's huge value, and those are products that people want. And then on Cyber Monday, the entire site was 30% off. And then you got additional percentages based off of the amount that you spent. And then we also had social marketer specials. So we had these gift cards that you could purchase, and there were $125 worth of gift cards, and you could buy them, I think, for $100. And I might be off by a little bit, but I think for $100, you got $125 of gift cards. There was commissionable volume to the gift cards. They were $25 gift cards, and you could use them as incentives. You could use them as gifts. You could use them as whatever, but you were almost guaranteeing yourself new customers if you used those gift cards right. So it was a really great way to generate business, and we got points for it. So it wasn't like that was volume that was created. I think I bought a few $100s worth of them because it created new customers continuing, or I could do an incentive, all my customers, you guys, I see you guys that are doing like all my new customers for this month going to drawing for a box of Revitalize. How nice would it be, instead of you giving away product that you already paid for, you gave them a $25 gift card and they actually have to place an order that you get points for to do that. So they're really good for giveaways and things like that. Okay. Because you're actually going to get something in return for that. So that is exciting. I'm sorry, I see this. Okay. I would love to get you guys some scripts. Actually, if you have, that's another thing I wanted to talk about was Elite Dynasty and the push for platinum, because there have been, in Elite Dynasty, there has been quite a large amount of scripts being shared. My only fear with scripts, you guys, is that you're copy and pasting and it actually hurts your algorithm, and it's going to hurt your influence, and it's going to hurt who, like the number of people that are looking at your stuff. If you're sending the same thing to all the people, it's going to do more damage than not, right? So when you're looking at scripts, there has been so many good ones put in Elite Dynasty in the past 2 weeks. And actually, I think they've been using hashtag scripts. So you can actually go into Elite Dynasty and search hashtag scripts, and it will pull up all the posts of all the scripts. Okay, instead of me trying to spew some off the top of my head. And I can also help you personally if you need some help with some wording, writing something that's very you. That's my problem with scripts personally, is I speak a certain way, and when I use a script, I'll read it and be like, that's not how I would say it, right? So you have to, I always say, I have to Daphne it up. So you have to do that same thing and make sure that it's you. Okay, I just got off a little bit. So I was talking about our months of specials. So we have Black Friday, Cyber Monday, obviously super exciting. If you didn't hear me say this before, which most of you have, our team last year between Black Friday and Cyber Monday did $46,000 in sales. That's a lot, right? I was watching the numbers go up, and you guys get so excited, and those of us that were around, please, you guys, for those of you that haven't got to experience a Black Friday here, please get really excited. Because if you get excited, the excitement of it all is going to make people want what you have. Okay. So if you're like, holy cow, if you didn't see my post the other day when Trim got announced, the #1, the best weight management product in the supplement industry by, I don't even remember the name of the company, Sideline something. You guys need to go look at that post, because the messages, okay, so it doesn't look like it got a ton of traction with comments and stuff, but the messages that I was getting are almost, well, they are more valuable than just a comment on a post, right? So you need to use your excitement, use that, like do some boomerangs, do some silly things on your wall. Here's the thing. If something doesn't work or you don't get the response, there's no harm in coming back a few hours later and deleting the post. Okay, I feel like people need to remember that. When we had the M3 special back, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago for the October end, I made some posts that were not posts I would normally make, but I wanted to get the word out quickly about the M3. I did like a Snapchat video, like you got to hear about this promotion with like the silly voice filter on it. As soon as the promotion was done, I went back and deleted those off my wall because I don't want somebody coming to my wall and scrolling being like, what was that promotion 2 weeks ago that's no longer available, right? So same thing goes. If something doesn't get a ton of traction for you or doesn't really like fall in line with what you want on your wall, or you didn't get enough attention, delete it. Okay. All right. So something else that came up just in the past, I don't know, a couple days is somebody talking about samples. Like, would our company ever have samples? I don't want you guys to get hung up on samples because let's be real, in all honesty, like I know that there's other health and wellness companies that have samples available, but a sample is just that. Like, they're not, with an all natural product, there's a good chance that nobody's going to feel what you want them to feel within a 1 or 2 day sample, right? I know we've done like 5-day samples of Revitalize or 5-day samples of probiotics for giveaways, but in all honesty, giving samples away 1 or 2 days doesn't really do anything for the customer. So please don't put a ton of time and effort or money into sampling. Besides the fact that we have a sample program here where people have 30 days to use a product so they can actually get it and use it. And if at day 29, they don't love it, they can return the empty bottle, right? So when somebody comes to me and says, hey, do you have samples for this? No, I don't, but I have a 30-day money back guarantee on my product, so you can use it a whole month. Okay, that right there that's money. All right, and I just had to put that in there because I wanted that recorded because it's come up a couple times and I just wanted to touch on that. Now, my only call to action, not my only, I have a lot, but my main call to action for you to do leaving here tonight is to get your lead list organized either into an activity log or whatever you're using currently. And you guys really, really challenge yourself. I always use the words double down on yourself to get as many messages out in the next few days, week, in the next few days, week, whatever, if there are some people. So here's another thing that came up for me. When I was sending out my messages and there were people that I hadn't talked to in a while, and I sent them something along the lines of, hey, I would love to catch up. It's been a long time. When would be a good time to chat? Whatever. I waited for them to come back to me. But if today's Sunday, if we're starting the conversations today, on follow-up Friday, you're going to be able to close some things, right? So you need to look at that too. Like, how many messages can you start today, tomorrow, Tuesday, so that you're busy all week and follow-up Friday is just a banging day. Remember, people are in a great mood on Friday. People get paid on Friday. There's just a lot of great things. They're going to have some family time, because I know if you guys saw my comment in our chat, like, for whatever reason, the weekends become like the summer and we decide to take the weekends off. And so we have to make sure that we're utilizing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with all that we have. Okay. So get those leads organized. Let's get as many messages out in these next few days. If you do need help with wording, we have several incredible people on this team that can help with wording. I'm happy to do that. So you guys can reach out for that. And then please figure out printing off that newbie Bible, the weekly IPA tracker, and the daily, whichever ones work best for you. If the daily isn't something that works for you and you don't feel like you want to print one off for the whole month, or you don't think you're going to take the time to go get it laminated at Staples, then use that weekly one, because you only have to print 4 or 5 for the whole month and keep them on a clipboard at your desk or wherever, your workstation. Does anybody have anything that you would like us to talk about tonight? Because I feel like I just talked a mile a minute for 28 minutes. Anybody? How often oh, go ahead, Karen.
Okay, so I heard a rumor about chocolate trim. Is that accurate?
It is accurate.
Okay. Thank you. That was my question.
Okay, so I'm not supposed to tell you all that. And now it's on recording. Crap. So chocolate trim will be back for Black Friday. But Cheryl's got my back on here because TJ told her in the pop-up shop where they were talking about the pop-up shop. Yep, I just ratted you out. And so when Amber messaged me and she was like, well, here, I'll tell you guys the story. Like, I told you guys that it was coming out, and then Kagan was in our chat, and so she told her chat, and so it, like, snowballed. And Amber's like, thanks for that. And I was like, my people are all trustworthy. And she's like, yes, yours are. So, anyway, I'm really like a week and a half away from Black Friday, 2 weeks away. And don't tell your customers that chocolate trim is available. Okay, you can start doing some curiosity posts about who loves chocolate or who wishes that chocolate made you skinny. I mean, you could really make some fun posts, but don't give away the whole kit and caboodle. Like, we want our people to be excited, right? We want the shock value. We want the sense of urgency. We want the excitement that it brings when something new is announced, okay? So yes, chocolate will be available. I'm assuming it will be Black Friday, and we will have a heads up on what is on sale ahead of time too. Most often they'll do an elite call Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and then they'll do another call. And yes, chocolate will be a permanent part of our catalog after Black Friday or after the sale. So that's a good thing. If you have not tried it, it does taste like brownie batters to me, like a spoonful of brownie batter. It is not horrible at all. And when it was here the first time, it tastes really good. My only complaint with the chocolate trim was a slight bit of aftertaste, but I'm really funny about stuff like that. And the reason they took it back was to work on that. So hopefully it's coming with no aftertaste. So makes me so excited. And I don't even like chocolate, but I love the chocolate trim. So that's exciting. Okay, I missed Allie. I saw your question, Allie, and I did not mean to get away from you. As far as product posts for me, I don't post any direct product posts. So I got way too far away from product posts, to be honest with you, for a while. Like, my curiosity got so far away that I wasn't even doing curiosity posting anymore. Here's the thing, like, I got to a point where I didn't really have to as much anymore, and that sucks. So it's hard to compare, right? But I'm getting back to it because I think it's really critical. I think that one post a day should be some sort of curiosity post, but it should be such an indirect curiosity post that, like, you'll never see me post, like, it should be me drinking my sink or me taking my trim and saying something about, like, hitting on pain points with it. That's another thing, you guys. Elite Dynasty. You guys need to go into Elite Dynasty and turn on all notifications, because there is some mad work going into that right now. Like, all of the directors and above have been working very, very hard to make that a very, very good landing spot for everyone. Okay, so all of Amber's leaders are in there, and all of our teams are in there, and we all have our own pages. But our own pages are kind of like, if you haven't noticed, I'm sure you have, that our page is quiet because so much work is going to Elite Dynasty. And to be very honest with you, I like to take screenshots of what's going on and put it in our chat because I feel like that's just an easier way. So when you go into Elite Dynasty, there is a whole new album full of curiosity posts. There's an album full of scripts. There's a whole album full of, there's like 5 new albums of pictures of posts, idea posts for all of you. And they are full of stuff. We took some from John Mellon. We took some, like, all other leaders have been letting us into their bigger pages. And so we've been able to grab resources from all these people. So we're trying to compile that and make it really user-friendly for you. So I think that you're going to like what you're going to see from Elite Dynasty, but that was all loaded over the past week and a half. Okay. And Allie, I don't think that your page is bad, actually, because your stuff right now, you and I interact enough that your stuff comes into my feed. I see most of your stuff as it comes out, and it's cute. Like, so if you guys didn't see Allie's post from last night, she did the cutest BioCell post, and it had some still pictures and some activity, like some action pictures. super fun, and it talked about our shots. And I'm glad that that came up because I want to talk about shots. So using things like that, fun things like that, if you see something that someone does, so like if I saw that post and I didn't know how she made that post, I would encourage you to message her and be like, tell me how you put those pictures together. Tell me how you did this, because it was super cute. And we need to use our resources, you guys. What I see happening in our team is that y'all question yourself as leaders, and you guys all have so many amazing talents that we need to let them all shine, right? So like the talents, I want you guys to start like boosting each other up and loving each other and sharing what each other's doing, because there's so many good things. And of course I see all of your stuff because I follow all of you, but start following each other. If you don't want to send the friend request because you don't want the Modera people, at least follow each other, because there's a lot of power. If you look around the screen right now, if you're on a computer and can see everybody, there's a ton of power on this screen right now. Yes, please make sure that you have in your settings so that people can follow you. In Facebook, if you need help with that, we can help. So yes, what a good idea. Allie said she had to have her husband take the pictures because it made her be more silly and making her laugh versus doing a selfie. Yes, sometimes selfies are so awkward, aren't they? So funny. I saw a couple of questions and I missed them. Okay, let's talk about shots for a second. Okay, coconut lime trim is, there's nothing different in it. It's the consistency, no aftertaste. It's all the things that work. It is our #1 selling one too. So I'm sure that's the one they submitted to the contest or to the company. Okay, so let's talk about shots. So there is another team in this company right now that is feeling mass momentum. Okay, so in the whole working on the Elite Dynasty, we've obviously been reaching out and talking to all these other leaders. Well, we asked them like what they're doing. Well, if you start following anybody in this team, they're using #spoons as a big part of their, like, creating their culture. So all their entire team is using #spoons or #SpoonNation. And basically they're using the picture of the spoon with the trim on it to create, like, that's the very first post they have every single person on their team. If you're brand new and you come in, this is the first post you put on your wall. It's a curiosity post. They help you with the writing. Everybody's posting the same thing. And about every month they change the wording up a little bit, maybe change the picture, but every picture is a spoon. If you see some of their leaders now, they have spoons hanging on their wall behind them. Like, they're creating this whole spoon culture, right? So we had not a conference. We had like a Zoom. We were on it for like 2.5 hours on a Saturday night. Friday or Saturday night we were on it, weren't we? And we were talking about what can we do to build that same culture, without being 100% copycats. And because they basically gave us the layout and said, this is what we did, this is how we did it. Well, BioCell and trim can also be taken in a shot glass, correct? And it kind of is a fun way to get, Karen, 40,000. Yes, you can start doling those shot glasses out because every new person's going to need one. We are going to be #ShotMob, which is super fun because we are kind of a funky, fun group of people. So #ShotMob, you can use that in all of your posts. Anytime you're talking about a product, and people are going to start asking questions. Okay, so this is our own twist on a curiosity post because people are going to be like, what the heck is ShotMob? All right, but in the text of your post too, you can put taking my #shot of my skinny whatever, putting my shot of my skinny waist trainer in my coffee this morning, or my shots make my joints feel fantastic, whatever, and putting shot in there. And then you can use ones too, and there was, in Elite Dynasty, there was a voting for some of the other, like, what were some of the favorites of the other fun ones, like hit me with your best shot. There was just some fun little shot hashtags that were created, and I don't know what the winners are, if they've even been named yet, but just some fun things that if every single person, okay, there's like, I don't even know, 1,500, 2,000 people underneath Amber. If every single person was using these fun hashtags, and if somebody clicked on that hashtag, you guys know the whole idea behind a hashtag, right? Like if you click on a hashtag when it's bold, it'll pull up a news feed of everyone that has ever used that hashtag. So when somebody clicks on Shop Mob, they're going to pull up all these badass posts by all these crazy, awesome people. And they're going to be like, holy cow, whatever they have, I want to be a part of it. And if we all remember back from the very first days of network marketing, one of the big reasons that people join network marketing or join something like this is because they want to be a part of something. So guess what? We're going to create that with the Shop Mob. So it's just something to have fun with. We don't want it to be alcohol related, so we're trying to keep it like reeled in. Allie's was super cute last night though. Like she's like, I used to do shots after 9 o'clock to, I don't even remember how she worded it. And then she's like, now I take shots before 9 o'clock on a Saturday night so that I feel good. It's just really funny. It was really cute. So, and actually, Allie, you just said I consider getting shot glass for my customers. So that actually has been in conversation for us to get a huge bulk order of shot glasses that say like hashtag Shop Mob. And I mean, there's things that we can do, you know, and as a team, if we placed an order of 1,000 and drop ship 100, I mean, there's fun things that we could do, right? Because the more you order, the cheaper it is, even though the price goes up, but the like item per value, whatever, is better. So, okay. So, a lot of information tonight. I am not going to keep you any longer. I wanted to try and keep it under half hour, an hour at 40 minutes. But I just want you guys, I think that, how do you feel about doing a team call every couple weeks? Like every other Sunday night. Right now we have Hustle Hookup on every other Sunday night, so we could switch it to the opposite ones. We have a team call. And not every week will be like this. We could do, you know, have different highlights, or we can invite guests on or something like that. I want to start pulling these together. I don't want them to be last minute, because team ones, opposite of opportunity Zooms, team ones, the more heads up we have, the better, right? So if people have an idea that it's going to be coming every Sunday night and we can just be dropping reminders all day long, that's better than me trying to like help you guys rally and get as many people on as we can. So we'll go with every other Sunday for now because of Hustle Hookup. But I also think that we probably should have one the week of Black Friday. So I'm going to work on that, because I think before Black Friday initially hits, that we should have a plan. No, I'm getting off right now. We should have a plan for Black Friday as far as, you know, what we want to do as giveaways, so what we want to do as live videos. I think we should be doing live videos throughout the day in our pages, Simple Clean Results and Social Retail Dynasty on Black Friday. So be thinking about some ideas for that, and we will do it. If you guys are talking to people about the business, really quickly, one last thing, please let them know that right now is the very best time to ever consider launching a business in this company, because of Black Friday sales and everything going after, because the 15 days of Christmas that follow the first 15 days of December, and then weight loss resolution season in January, and then SRC with all of the new product launches. We have 3 products launching between now and, if not before then, SRC. So much happening between now and the end of February that like timing is so pivotal right now. So just spread the word. All right. I won't keep you any longer. Does anybody have anything they want to add? Okay. Well, then I will see some of you on the 9 o'clock opportunity Zoom. I am going to bring some fire. I'm going to talk all about the XM package. So I hope that we have some good people on. You guys let me know if you are on, and if I'm forgetting something, please don't hesitate to drop it. But I will get this uploaded so that anybody that missed it can check it out. I hope that some of the things helped, and I will talk to you all very soon. Okay? Bye, guys.